Hey guys, happy Memorial Day. This is totally not a Memorial Day themed apron, but you know, we keep it real. We keep it real. I'm wearing my Halloween apron. Actually, it's not my apron. It's actually my kid's apron, but it works. It works. It keeps me from getting paint all over myself. So, hey guys, and it looks like Russ is connecting. Hey,
Hello.
hello. Happy Memorial Day. How are you?
I'm well, and yourself?
Can't complain. I've got my little Halloween apron on here because it was the closest thing that I could find to grab for this. So I guess I would be remiss if I didn't say, "What's up, my jelly rollers?" So I am going to break the seal tonight officially. I was going to wait until, the weekend and blah, 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 try it in the privacy of my own crafting area. And that did not happen because I got entangled with a bunch of like house and yard projects. So I saved it for you guys tonight.
So you're going to experiment with us as live guinea pigs? Is that what's going on?
Yes. So you guys will get to see me
Wow.
play with the, and actually I gotta send a huge shout out to Pam because Pam sent me some videos, and I forget who else, one other person sent me some videos on the jelly rolling. And so it was 1 o'clock in the morning, maybe this morning, that I was researching this. I was half asleep and I was like trying to listen to these videos, and I think it seems like a pretty straightforward process. So I'm gonna dive in headfirst tonight. So that's my plan anyway.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Yeah, yeah. So what? Actually, before I ask you what you're working on, there's quite a few folks that popped in here. So let me say hi to everyone real quick here. So I see Phil, I see Love and Stamps, I see Pam, I see Snail Mail for Zoe, Hipstar, Ashley. Let's see your alter ego, Dr. Russ. I see Jim. I see Anna. I see and Jen from Green Moss Paper. So hi guys, and
And I think Love and Stamps is June, if I remember correctly,
that's
right?
correct. Yes, that
Okay.
is June. Yes, yes, yes.
Well, welcome everybody, first of all. Happy Memorial Day, second of all.
And Russ, thank you for your service. Third of all,
Thank you for saying so. It's been quite the day today. So, some holidays are a little bit more difficult than others. So,
understood, understood. Well, that tattoo looks pretty nice there. Is that a koi
yeah,
fin? Wow. No, no, this is turn it around. Like
this one.
rotate your arm. That looks amazing. That whole sleeve looks phenomenal. I never really paid much attention to it in detail. That looks really awesome. Well, you know why? I think usually I just see the tops of your hands. So I
Right,
see
you
your two
see that?
petals there,
Yeah.
but yeah, yeah.
Yeah, my sleeves illustrate the five elements of Asian culture. So you have, water, wind, fire, and earth. And the fifth is what they call um, the idea of opposites, which is the yin and the yang. So I would have to get naked to show it all to you, but so that's not going to happen. You'll have to take my word for it. But
We'll
but
take
all
Buck
five
Hone's
elements.
word for it.
Yeah, exactly. And you would have to, but yeah, so that's what my both my sleeves represent, and
Cool.
so that's what. So they all have a story. So it's all meaningful. So
Very cool. Very cool. So this obviously is not very, it is halfway to Halloween, just a bit over halfway. And I don't have a Memorial Day themed apron, so this child's apron that I'm wearing now will just have to do. So I'm wearing this so that I don't get acrylics all over me. So wish me luck on that one. So, Russ, what have you got over there on your end? I'm curious.
I am doing a brand new project as well.
Really?
So
What is it?
double experimentation today.
All
So you
right.
can either watch us succeed gracefully or watch us implode, both.
Pam's
So,
like, let's get jelly rolling. Let's go.
well, I think the term is jelly plating. To be honest, jelly rolling is something else.
Probably,
Um,
probably. So,
but yeah,
yeah, I take back my what's up, my jelly rollers. I don't even know what that could have some connotation. I have no idea what that actually means. So, I'll take it back just in case. So, we are jelly
weren't jelly rolls those
plating.
little shoes, those little plastic shoes? Were those jelly rolls?
Those were jelly shoes. Jelly
Jelly
shoes.
shoes. Okay,
Yes. But there are pens, like ink pens that are called jelly
right.
roll pens.
That's correct.
So, is it a skewer? What is that?
It is a skewer. It's a pointy thing. And this is a strip of paper. So anyone know what I'm going to do? It's old school craft.
Is it like quilling with paper?
Not quilling. It's affiliated with quilling, but it's not quilling. Anybody else? It's an old Girl Scout thing too.
Now, see, Zoe just guessed quill.
Love and Sam's got it. Make beads. I'm making paper beads.
Oh, nice. All right. And that looks like a beautiful piece of paper that will make a beautiful bead. So,
That's the thing. These are old. These are old pages from a catalog from the Met Museum. You know how they try to shill all of their products. They send you out these holiday catalogs.
yeah.
So that's what these are pages for that I've just cut up, and I can't throw away nice paper. So
Can't, no, you cannot throw away nice paper. So, are you just leaving it in one long, skinny rectangle? Are you doing like a long triangle taper? Like, what's your.
well, the first ones I'm going to do are just so I can get back into it is just the same thickness beads. So this is going to be just a roll, and then I'm going to get to the taper if I have time today. But this will probably be working on these all week.
Awesome.
So I'm going to start off simple first, and then I'll get to the taper probably either today or tomorrow.
Cool. And then, Russ, what do you use for gluing or sealing your beads? Do you have preferred product?
So this is the glue that I'm going to use, and then I'm going to once they're all done, and then I'll probably Mod Podge them.
All right. And Landy just joined. Hi, Landy. Happy Memorial Day to you. All right. Yes, and Ashley has a good question, Russ. What is your end use plan for the beads?
I don't know yet. This was a craft my aunt was reminiscing about that she remembered my grandmother doing, and she asked me if I knew how to do it, and I said I hadn't done it in a while. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a necklace for her. So I'm going to make a whole bunch of these beads and then string them together with some ceramic beads that I have on hand already. And so I'm probably going to make a necklace for her.
Got it. And June's saying she made paper beads as a grief art therapy piece, and she wrote a message inside for her mom. And that turned out to be a very meaningful piece. That is awesome. That's a
That is
beautiful
cool.
concept. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
But my first order of business, I had to find my glasses, so I'll be back.
okay. All right. Well, I'm going to show you guys my setup a little bit here, see if my camera will cooperate. Yeah, right. Like you can't see anything. There's not much to see
All I
here.
see is you. All I see is your face.
There's a paper towel. No. Can you see my hand? Are you lagging?
Okay. I'm looking at my iPad. My iPad's about 10 seconds behind. Now I can
I'm
see.
turning my hands over back and forth. You should see my hands. All right, so not a terrible amount of stuff to look at here yet, but I've got my stencils, and this I'm going to kind of do that as step 2 in this process. So again, thank you to Pam for hooking me up with some good videos on how to jelly roll or jelly print. I don't know why I keep saying jelly roll, and I don't know why I keep saying it like that, but it seems
Because it's fun.
fitting. My jelly roll.
My jelly roll.
There is a song. There is a song about that. Maybe that's, I heard it on TLC once, maybe. I don't know. All right, so you can't see it very well, but this is my jelly plate, and looks kind of shiny, and I've got it here. I've got some pieces of paper under it so I can actually see what I'm doing. And, oh, Russ, I have a question for you.
Okay.
So I have this giant box. You guys can kind of see it. Look at all these paints. Ooh la la. They were only like $1. These things were great. I've got my paints. I also, most of these are just basic, regular old acrylic paints. So this is Apple Barrel, which is quite honestly bottom of the barrel in cheapness for acrylics, but it is deliciously cheap, and that's obviously me being El Cheapo. That's why I love it. I also have these glitter acrylics. What do you think about using glitter on a jelly plate? Would that be just disastrous? Would that be a bad thing?
I would experiment first with the regular acrylics
Okay.
before you do any special
So
things
don't
with
get
it.
too wild yet. Okay.
Not while you're experimenting, especially since I'm sure that glitter paint is special to you, and I would experiment with the product that you're willing to throw away as
Sure.
opposed to the one that you really like.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Okay. I'm going to go with a 4-layer jelly print. And in this case, oh, you know what? Oh, you guys get to, this is awesome. You guys get to watch me take the wrappers off all these. How exciting. I should have probably done that beforehand, but you know.
It's called prepping your materials.
You know,
Reading on TV.
You know, yeah, that's very sloppy of me. Sorry, guys.
You would never make it on HDTV, just saying.
No, but don't they have like a personal craft prepper that comes on for them?
Actually, they don't. They're required to do all that stuff, and even including the rollouts as well.
What's a rollout?
That's where they don't have time to do everything in current time, so they'll do the project multiple times in different phases.
Oh, okay.
And so they can roll out. So that's always their line. With the magic of TV, we got the second stage. That kind of thing.
Yep. Okay. Well, guys.
So
Here goes nothing.
Zoe's asking what size plate, and I think you got the larger one, right? 8.5 by 11.
Yes, and I will show you the packaging for this. And Pam is like in the background, probably like, "Come on!" All right, so this is the, oh gosh, where does it say? Here it is. The 8x10 Gelli Arts plate. So that is this one, 8x10. And there are smaller ones, and in fact, you can use this. I saw someone do one of the tutorials that Pam sent. It was so cool. This lady was doing one of the smaller ones, and she was doing cards, and it was quite lovely. But yeah. Okay. So what I did notice in the tutorial is that a little bit of the paint seems to go a pretty long way. So I think a tiny dab will do it here. So this color is bright green.
Like Bill cream. Like Brill cream. Tiny dab will do you.
I don't even know
You're too young to
what is
remember
that reference? I don't know what that is.
Yeah. It's a men's hair product.
Ah, okay.
It's like yeah.
All right, so we've got this one. This one is called Bimini Blue.
Pam says, "Don't be nervous. We're all learning with you."
She can tell I'm nervous. She knows. You guys know me too well. Oh, this one's called Tangelo. I have to say it with that accent. Yo, Tangelo. Tangelo. Oh my gosh. I'm channeling like a mafia boss. I don't know what's up with me tonight. Tangelo.
The
can't.
Sopranos. We're gonna call you Tony
I'm
Soprano.
serious. I'm serious. Okay. This one is glow in the dark acrylic paint, but I will tell you, this product here is a total farce. So, Apple Barrel apparently, and this is according to Amazon reviews, Apple Barrel came out and they're like, "Look, our product is glow in the dark." And if you read through the Amazon reviews, like this is one product that you read the reviews for entertainment. People are like, "No, it's not. It's terrible. It doesn't do any of those things." And I guess if you have a black light, it'll do that. But quite frankly, Russ, you've proven to us that you can take like highlighter fluid to a black light and it'll luminesce. So, we'll try a little dab of this. Okay.
Jennifer says every time you say Jelly Roll, she thinks of the Tootsie Roll song.
Oh boy. Let me see. I'm going to adjust my lighting here. All right. I guess I'm just going to get to rolling. So here we go.
Phil says that Brill Cream is at my 90-year-old tennis club, and many members are that age and older love the Brill Cream.
So it's a men's hair gel? That's what it
Yeah.
is? Okay.
To the left, to the right, now dip. I don't know what that is. Maybe that's the Tootsie Roll song? I don't know.
Oh boy. Now you can't see this, but off to stage right here or left, depending on what angle you're watching this video from, I have this I got this from Dollar Tree. Look, guys, it says it says Certificate of Achievement. How fitting is that? So I am using this as like my little thing off to the side, and I am gonna use this to get the ink off my brayer so then I can continue working on the next layer of paint.
But don't throw that away because you can use that as a background for another print.
Yes, I am. I'm going to use like a negative, reverse negative something or other.
Right.
There's some Midwestern lady that was in the video that Pam showed me, and she was trying to explain it, and I kind of got it. I guess I kind of understood it. I think.
Khadija joined. Welcome.
Hello. Good evening. Or good morning, depending on where you are. We get some folks from other countries joining, so it's always a surprise to know where folks are tuning in from. All right, so I'm now going with the yellow splotch. Look at that.
Phil is on a roll.
A jelly roll?
Yeah. Now
Jelly
slide,
roll.
just slide, baby, slide. Ha, 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 ha. I have no idea what that's in reference to.
That better not be an electric slide reference. Or is it that Tootsie Roll, Juicy Roll song? I don't know. All right, and this is let's see, the paint texture on this one's kind of weird for the glow-in-the-dark pink. Like you can kind of see, here, I'll pull my plate back a bit. I think it needs some more paint. It just does. What's also interesting is if you were to time-lapse this and watch what the paint does on this jelly plate, it kind of clumps in a way after a while. Whoop. And I kind of made an orangey blend by going in between the pink and the yellow layer, so that kind of looks cool. And again, I'm getting the ink off my brayer this way. All right, so real moment of truth here, guys. I now have all of my ink, and me being El Cheapo, I have the Crayola marker and paint pad, $1 from Dollar Tree. Thank you very much. I'm going to use that. All right. I'm just going to rip off some of these papers. I don't want to waste too much time chatting through this because I don't want to lose any paint. I want that paint to not dry on me. All right, so now I am gently adhering the paper to the jelly plate.
You almost said jelly roll.
Jelly roll. Yeah, now that's becoming like an involuntary tick. I've really got to stop. Like, I can't quit it. I can stop anytime. Okay, now I'm going to lift and we're going to see how this turned out. All right, so this, folks, is my first official jelly print. And then, according to the, actually, I've got some poster board here on my floor. This is where I'm putting all of my completed jelly prints. So give me 1 second here. You can actually put another piece of paper down to make what they call a ghost print. So it basically pulls up whatever is left on this board. Let's see how that ends up looking. It's going to be a much fainter print, but it will pull up a lot of the residual paint that's left in there. So I'm smoothing it. Let me get some more light here for you guys there. Let's see what happens. Not too much happened here, so not very much ink came up at all. So I guess I'm just going to redo this paper, and I'm going to put some more ink down, different ink this time. We're going to change it up. So I'm going to try, let's see, I've got some purples here in my box, my magical box. Let's see what I've got. Glow in the dark. By the way, my Dollar Tree sells dollar bottles of acrylic paint. Just FYI, in case your Dollar Trees have that as well. Not a terrible deal. And I got a bunch of these actually. Here are the 5 colors that I found at Dollar Tree. I can't go wrong for $1. And I tried them out. I painted a little wooden box using some of the blue, and I blended it with some white to make it a lighter blue. Turned out all right. So it's not terrible quality, in case that's what you're after. If you want just some cheapo acrylic paint to test with or play around with, it's not bad. Let's see. Ooh, I've got, this one's Concord Grape. I'll go with some grape.
Yeah, I'm getting like a lot of toking jokes here since I'm rolling. So just thought I'd let you know.
Roll them if you've got them, I guess, right?
Well, one of the things you may not know about me is that I am allergic to very strong scent. So like, the old lady that wears the floral perfume, that she bathes in it, that kind of thing. If someone like that gets on an elevator, I have to get off because I will start having a coughing attack.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
once it gets into my respiratory system, it just like stays there.
Oh.
So I can't partake of the marijuana because I'm allergic to its scent. So it's just like, for me, it's like inhaling dirt.
Oh my gosh. That sounds very unpleasant.
So I can't even be around it. And like in New York, I'm sure Pam will tell you this, or those people who visited. Now that it's not being prosecuted, you have all these people that walk around in New York City that just reek of their pot smoke. And so it's just like I have to stay away from, because it just like I said, it's just like choking on dirt.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And you know what else does it to me as well? Is patchouli. I cannot be around someone that wears patchouli.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, believe it or not, I have never partaken, so I don't know. I don't know what that is like, smoking. But, yeah. Premium. Acryology? Interesting. This was a Dollar Tree brand of acrylics. So it's a bright lime green, so I guess I'll experiment with some of that. Just see what happens here. This one is sealed. That would make a lot of sense. That's why it's not opening.
But I'm not judging those people who do partake. So if you that's
Nor
your
am I.
thing, go
No,
for it. Yeah,
seriously.
exactly. Yeah.
If you roll them and you smoke them and you got them, it's all good, man. No, I just I had a clearance at one time, so I never did partake in the first place. So
Well, the thing for me is that I have such bad luck that as soon as I tried it, I'd be the one that gets busted the first time around. You know?
wah wah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that was enough of a deterrent for me, regardless of the health reasons.
All right. So now we've got this combo. We've got some purple. We've got some greens. We've got some yellow. I guess let's go. Let's go with this thing.
My friend Jay Brewer is here. Welcome.
Hello. Good evening. This print to get this cleaning print is actually kind of fun to make too. You can see all the different colors and I'm going in different directions here. So that's kind of making its own little unique print unintentionally. That's kind
So
of fun.
Phil wants to know how you and I met. Do you want to do that? Or do you want to concentrate
Oh,
on
I,
your printing?
well, so I think there's a couple of different versions of this story. So I'll tell mine and then Russ can tell his. So Russ and I were complete internet strangers back in March, and somehow he's got a friend, Blank Page Social, that has a journaling hour. And this was right when the whole COVID thing started. So I thought, oh, that's such a cool thing. You know, like here she is, she's putting herself out there and she's making time and space for others to just, it's 10 minutes at 10 a.m. and midnight every day of just straight up journaling time. And it's a kind of a cool way for people from afar virtually just, to connect together. So I thought, well, wouldn't it be cool to kind of do the same thing but with crafting? So I'm like, well, journaling's all good, but crafting really is my favorite thing to do, especially during these COVID times. So I just started putting it out on my live, on my Instagram feed. And every so often, someone would pop in that I knew from high school or college or whatever, and we'd chat and we'd chill, and it was fun. And at one point, somehow, I don't know how originally I found Russ. It might have been Blank Page Social liking one of his stamp videos. And so his postcard challenge came up. So I started following Russ. The postcard challenge came up. And I think it was postcard challenge number 2 I commented on. And I had a postcard that went to Malaysia or came from Malaysia. And I thought, wow, that's probably the furthest any of my postcards have traveled. So I used Russ's calculator and I figured out, how far that postcard went. And I posted it up there. And then the next night, I just started hollowing out that 1 hour. And Russ came on the following night, and I got this request. It's like, this person would like to join your video, and I'm like, I was live streaming, and I thought, all right, let's see what happens here. So I pressed, view to accept the request, and he came in, and we've just literally, it just kind of organically came together. We've been doing this ever since. Russ, would you disagree with any of those facts?
No, I think I came from it from a different way, but yeah, it's I followed you first, I think.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. So what happened was my friend Jess, who is the costume wardrobe supervisor at Frozen, was hosting this journal hour, and so I started following along there, and then um, Allison started following along her, and then you posted about that you're going to host this craft hour thing.
Yes.
And so I'm like, well, I'm into that, and since we knew each other, online from the journaling, I said, well, let me follow her and see what this is all about.
Little did he
And
know.
so I followed you, and then you posted for the social, um, and or for the journaling hour. I mean, for the craft hour, and then the second night, I asked to join, not knowing that I could watch without being co-hosting. See, that's the part I didn't know.
Oh.
I just joined because I thought that you had to join to be able to see and hear.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, oh, there's my hands. There are my
And I was like, oh,
and
hi.
so now I'm live.
You're like, now
And
you're
so
locked into this thing
yeah,
inadvertently. Oh,
yeah.
I never knew that. That's hilarious.
Yeah, and so that's how we've come. And yeah, and
Oh,
I
Phil,
just
I'm
think
glad you asked that. That's actually really funny.
yeah. So thinking that I needed to join just so that I could, watch, I ended up co-hosting, and
Nice.
yeah, and it's we've been together ever since.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird the way it kind of organically just all came together. And these are my glow in the dark paints. So I will let you guys know if these actually work. Again, the Amazon reviews suggest otherwise, but I'm gonna give this product a whirl. These were only these were $1.49 at Joann's. These apple barrel paints. So we'll see.
I do kind of like that. That's a new color combination I've just now starting to get into. Is this fuchsia and orange, neon orange?
It's very like reminiscent of the mid to late 1980s. It was that color aesthetic that was in all the clothing and
Well,
the
it was all the
yeah,
that acid citrus colors. That
yeah.
fluorescent yellow, that fluorescent pink, that hot orange. Yeah. No, and it's so funny because Carrie, so many people have said, that, did you go to school together? Did you go to college together? Are you
No,
high school friends? And like,
we
no, we just
literally
met
were
in
internet
March.
strangers. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, how often does this happen? I don't know. And like, is this normal? I don't know.
Well, that's just the thing, I have yet to meet Jim from California. I only met Ashley in person last year.
That's
Uh,
hilarious.
yeah, and so, but we've known each other online for such a long period of time. I met Pam when she came to New York, and we didn't
Wow.
actually even meet. She left some tickets for me through a third party. So, so yeah, so yeah.
So just so I'm clear here, none of you guys knew each other from in person, quote unquote, life. It was all through Instagram or some online channel before.
Absolutely.
That is the
Yeah.
coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that's a beautiful thing. It really is.
And I keep on telling people it's just that, the scrunchy generation colors, according to Phil.
Yes,
It's that,
scrunchies.
these internet relationships are real relationships. They're not a standard type of relationship, but they are real relationships. And so,
Yeah.
people, like, yeah, just perfect case in point, how many of us noticed that Jim and Phil both weren't here on Friday and made comment?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
so yeah, so these are real and real relationships, and we should treat them as such. And it and it was so funny because I was trying to explain to someone the other day what this craft hour is, and and I think I explained it to someone that it's one way of dealing with isolation, that when you think about something or how alone you may be, that you forget about it because everyone's meeting here for the craft hour.
Yeah.
So you're a little
Absolutely.
less alone, in this isolation.
It's kind of funny too because for me, I think the first 2 weeks of lockdown and Corona, blah blah blah, like for me, I was literally brooding for 2 weeks in my own like little craft cave. Like no one came in and no one got out. It was just me, me, myself, and I doing like making envelopes or doing whatever I did craft wise,
Yeah, and
teaching
then some
myself how to
jerk
do
told you how
postcards.
to line them. Yeah,
And then teaching myself how to like make a postcard collage because I never knew how to do that before. So after 2 weeks of it, honestly, I got fed up. I'm like, I love to craft, but this feels like I'm in such isolation. It feels weird to just be crafting alone like this every night. And so that's why I started to do the live stream. I'm like, well, if nothing else, maybe some people will want to actually come on here and watch me make stuff. And I'm like, if that's the case, and it might be weird, like internet strangers from afar that I don't know watching me make stuff might be weird to some, but I'm like, give it a whirl. So we
and look
have,
what it's turned
and so we
into.
did, yeah. No, it turned pretty awesome. It's been fun. It feels, and it's kind of weird. It's like, it feels like we have all known each other for quite a long time, even though it's only been, what, maybe a month and a half or so?
Phil is working on becoming comedian of the year. Just to let you know.
Am I missing a bunch of commentary?
You are. You are so self-absorbed in your own projects.
Well, see, I'm sorry. I don't have a roommate that has like all these extra devices and, I don't have that luxury. But, like Bacone and all that. I still want him to get an account on Instagram. I feel like he needs one. Bacone needs an account.
And Bacon has got more postcards than I have. Yeah, it's just
I'm just saying, like, I totally 100% fully support Bacone and like everything he is, but I'm just warning you right now, it's a very slippery slope to like Beanie Babies and Build-A-Bears. I'm just letting you know now.
I am not going there.
I'll get this one. I took my kids to Joanne Fabrics today with me because they were like, I think my husband was trying to fix something, and so I was like, "Well, I'll take the kids with me. We can go look for craft stuff." And they're like, "Can we buy craft kits?" And I'm like, "Only if you pay me back." So the little one picked out a volcano eruption kit where you paint the volcano and then you put the fizzy stuff in and it erupts. So she bought that, and my older daughter bought, I think it was contact solution for slime. But we went in and, all had the masks on, whatever. It wasn't too many people in there. But sure enough, right as you get near the cash register line, that long line where they just put stuff to the left and to the
Yeah,
right of you to try to
the
get you to.
impulse buys.
Yes. Well, there was a giant thing of Beanie Babies, but now they're all like bedazzled and covered in sequins and I don't even know, crystals or something. And I'm like, we've got enough beanies, guys. And like, please. I said, no, sorry. You guys have way too many Beanie Babies. Like, I can't escape them. I can't get rid of them. They're everywhere in my house. So I'm just saying, they're like vampires. Like, one Beanie Baby gets into your house, and the next thing you know, you've got like this full blown infestation. Just saying,
Just
be
saying, Phil is
careful.
banned from the rest of the broadcast. He said that Bacon is a breakfast special. Zoe, Zoe asked who is Bacon, and Landy said, "Thank you, Zoe." So
Oh boy, Russ, you
and
can
Phil
take you can
answered,
take this one.
yeah, and Phil it said it's the breakfast special. Um, Bacon is my roommate that I had to get because I'm not working, and I had to get a roommate, and so he is my stuffed pig. Um, and he has his own following on Instagram,
He's quite famous,
and
actually.
he makes appearances on the Friday announcements of the postcard challenges. He's made a couple weekend visits. So if you want to follow along, if you just go to my Instagram feeds, you'll look for any of the Bacone on the IGTV channel. You can find the Bacone ones. But yeah, so that's who Bacone is.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I don't know what to
He's
do with a
highlighted in
stencil.
challenge number 10. So if you really want to find out who he is, look at challenge number 10, postcard challenge number 10.
I don't know what to do with this. I have a stencil and I don't know how to use it. This is okay. Okay. No judgment, judgment free zone here. Okay. I have this
Okay,
mermaid stencil. Do I do the positive stencil or the negative stencil?
you
This
can
is
work with it either way. You can put your color down on the jelly plate, put the stencil on top of it, and then do another layer on top of the stencil
okay.
and take it off, and then put your paper on top of that. So you can do it that way.
Okay. So
Okay,
put the
or
white paint on the jelly plate directly?
well, you can do that, or you can put the paint on the jelly plate, put the stencil on top,
Okay.
and then put another color on top of the stencil.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. I think I'm going to
Okay,
try
so all
that.
the
That sounds
so all the
interesting.
shells will turn the second color, and then what the
Yes.
first color will be all of the outlines of the shells.
Beautiful.
Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yes. All right. So we're going to try this. All right. I'm going back in. I'm going in, guys. All right. Just make sure my camera's cooperating, kind of, sort of. Let me know if this gets too glary with this silly light that I've got. Sometimes it cooperates, sometimes it doesn't. All right, so I'm rolling out the white paint. Try to get it somewhat uniform.
You may want to invest in a larger brayer, by the way, because that brayer. No, seriously, that brayer is for like the smaller size,
Yes.
and it just takes a lot of effort to spread the paint.
You know what's really interesting and ironic? In real life, when I paint, I use small paintbrushes, even if I'm painting a gigantic wall. And my husband always laughs at me. He's like, "Why are you using such a small brush?" I'm like, "No, no, no, no." I'm like, "It's good, it's good." I'm
Do you know
like,
what
"I
the
have
biggest?
small hands."
Do you know what the biggest mistake that women cooks make
What's that?
is they use too small of a chef's knife. They think because they have small hands that they should use the 6-inch knife, to where the 8 or the 10-inch chef's knife is a much better tool to get what you get done because it has a better leverage to it. So, and that's the same thing with paintbrushes and rollers. Now, do you remember how I told you about putting paint on something else before you put it on the jelly plate? Do you remember that?
Yeah, so you seeing what I'm
Okay,
doing?
I'm not. Oh, okay.
Pay attention. Here, see, see,
No,
see.
is that the color you? That's it. But you're removing color from your brayer, right?
Yeah, because I just
Yeah.
put
No.
okay, okay.
No.
I put the white paint on top of here, and then
Right.
I put the stencil on top of it.
Right. No, but what I'm saying is, remember how I told you how I mentioned that some people will get like a plexiglass and they'll put the paint on that and they'll roller that before they put it directly on the stencil.
Yes.
See, and that's in this situation, that's what would work better here, because
Oh.
once you start putting, if you put paint directly on your stencil, then what's going to happen is you're going to lift and you're going to start blending that color before you even start your print. Does that make sense?
So should I just take this pink and orange and slap it down on my white and just make the scales? Ah, maybe I'll do that.
Well, just do what you were going to do, and
All
you were
right.
going to put paint directly on your stencil, right?
I was, yes.
Go ahead and do that, so you can see that. I mean, this is all experiment. So
That's
this is
true. That's true.
right.
And the nice thing, actually, the nice thing about this process is that if you make a print initially and you really don't like it, or there's something about it and you're like, nah, that's muggly, I don't like it, you can
You
always
can
print
print
over
over
it.
it.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
always print
exactly,
over it.
exactly.
And
But
so,
that's any kind of painting, and that's the thing to keep
yeah.
in mind. It's not just jelly roll, a jelly plate. It's anything, and that's the beauty of paint, and especially people that do art journals and things like that. Some of the most liberating things that happens when you make mistakes and you want to cover them, and then that's some of the best fun.
So in a way, it's like kind of like with painting, there are some givesies, backsies, somewhat,
Oh, absolutely.
somewhat. And this is I love this pink color. It is the glow in the dark one, so we'll see how it goes. We'll see how this works out. And I am using the plexiglass here, Russ, on the side, just so that it's more evenly coated. Make sure we get a nice thick layer.
Now, before you do your next step, why don't you explain to us what you're going to do before you do it?
I was going to take this print, which was the orange and pink, and I was going to put it face down on here. Oh, wait. Crud. Actually, no, I was not. I lied. I was going to peel this up and set it aside, and then whatever the relief was here, whatever paint is here, so it would be pink in the middle of the scales,
right,
and white around the edges. Then I was going to go blah, and then
okay, that's one way of doing it, absolutely, and that'd be your first print. But the other thing you want to keep in mind is if you lift off that stencil that you have right now, you have glue on the top of that. No, you have glue on top of that, so you can use that on something else as well.
True.
So your first inclination is the first print, absolutely. So you're going to take off your stencil. You're going to take the paper that you have in your hand. You're going to put it face down onto your jelly plate, and all that color should lift off the jelly plate onto your print.
Yes. All right, so I've got a separate side piece of paper here that I'm going to put the stencil face down on that.
Exactly.
All right. Ooh, this came out cool. Did you guys see this? It came out with kind of it has kind of almost a tie-dyed look. All right, so then I was going to take this piece of paper here, the pink and the orange.
Yep, face down.
Straight down.
Press.
Let's see how it goes.
And the big reveal.
Kind of nervous here. Let's see what it does. And let's see if this paint actually glows in the dark. Probably not. All right. Whoa. Okay. So that came out better than I expected. Can you guys see that? Cool. All right.
So that's your first print.
And this actually, in real life, looks better probably than it does on this in this crummy lighting situation.
So then you have a couple of options.
Yes.
You still have paint on your jelly plate.
Yes.
So you can take another piece of paper or that other one you have and put it face down to remove all that paint. Or you can take that stencil with the paint facing up and still use that as a stencil as well.
So I've got the stencil with the pink on it face down on another piece of white paper off camera.
Okay, great.
Way.
Yep.
I'm going to grab one of my other prints. I think I'm going to use, let's see, I've got this one that I was just using to roll off the color from my brayer earlier.
Yep.
So there's this one. And I'm going to go face down. We're just gonna...
And one of the things I may suggest that you do as well is to either get a, I forget what it's called, but you can use the back of a big spoon to press into the back of your paper. Because if you notice that one that you just did had a couple of wrinkles in it.
Yes.
And you could have prevented the wrinkles if you had just taken either a big spoon, like a big serving spoon, to flatten it out to give you better contact between the paper and the jelly plate.
So you notice the wrinkles.
But it's a baron. It's called a baron. It's what printmakers use to. But this is your first day, so it's your baby steps. Yeah.
Okay, ready?
And you're doing fantastically, if I may add.
Yay! Well, that's good. Let's see how this looks. Ooh, so this is kind of, I don't know if you guys can see this. There's a bit of a ghost print going on in the background of this one. This one turned out kind of cool. And it's
Yeah, and
almost like
that's
a pale pink.
exactly, and that's the ghost print. So yes, absolutely.
Very cool. And it actually, this was much darker before. This lightened it up a bit with the white in the center.
And the thing too is that one of the reasons why you keep on doing this is uh, is it's a lot easier to clean off your jelly plate
Yes.
by without having to
Now
remove the paint manually.
I also have this other one that's off camera. I'm going to bring this back in to show you guys. So this just had some stencil on it, and I'm just going to flatten this off camera. I'm going to pull it up and see how it turns out. Eh. All right, so that this was underwhelming, but that's okay because we can always reuse this one. The paint got a bit splotchy, but that's okay.
But see, the thing is, that's the one that you'll use on the next one for your first print. See, and that's how it all plays upon itself. You're just building up layers.
Yes, and the other thing that I figured out by watching the videos with the jelly plate is that even and some of these ladies had like it was all caked in. It had paint, and you could tell they were doing stencils and stuff before. The cool thing with the acrylics is even though it's dried into the jelly plate, once you put some more paint on there, it'll kind of reconstitute the old layers and sort of blend them into your new print. So it kind of gives it some extra character in a way.
Yeah, which is one of the reasons I have difficulty with it because I'm so anal retentive, you know, that I want all the paint removed before it's like my stencils, my regular stencils. I have to wipe them all off before I can store them and use them again. And some people are like, I'm not cleaning that thing. I'm just going to use it again.
Because then,
So
yeah, I'm looking at my mermaid fish scale stencil. Like, I'm like, it's got some pink paint on it. So I don't know if I just kind of let it go as it is.
yeah,
Let it
I
dry.
personally just wipe it off with baby wipes.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was one other
yeah.
option that I was thinking about.
And then you know what you do with those baby wipes?
What's that?
You let them dry out, and then you can use them for a project. Then it's just like paper.
Oh.
So any project that you can use for like those coffee filter projects, you can use dried out uh, baby wipes.
Interesting. I never thought about that as a possible like art medium. That's cool. Let's see. And we've got, let's see, about 6 or 7 minutes left. My gosh. How does
I
this,
know.
every single night this happens. I don't know how this happens, but it does. Well, I'm
So
going to
here's
continue
my night's
playing.
productivity.
Yes.
So, I can do a whole bunch of these. I think tomorrow I'm going to do the ones that that are a little fatter in the middle. So these are tubes. And I'll start working on the ones that work with the tapered piece of paper tomorrow.
I like those. I like those blues. Can you do close up a little bit so we can see? Nice. I like the blues and the greens.
Yeah.
Those came out nice. So I think in the 5 minutes that we have, I'm going to try doing one more.
Well, I think Pam has a great outlook. It's just first of all, this is a very receiving and acceptive audience. So this is a perfect place in which to experiment and figure out these things.
Totally.
And the big thing is, as long as you're having fun doing it, that's what it's all about. Because when it stops being fun, then what's the point?
Exactly. Exactly.
And this, my friends, is the very last sour ball.
Oh my God. Are you just going back to that economy candy store? Are they
Well, I
open?
actually bought those at a 5 pound bag on Amazon about 2 years ago. Now you got Christmas colors. What's that? Red and green, two greens?
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Like, I'm gonna throw some purple in. It's looking a little too jolly here. Wait.
Well,
Yeah.
friends, while she does that, I'm going to give our standard sign off. We do appreciate you being with us, and we know you have places to be and other people that you can choose to be with. So we do enjoy you spending your time with us, especially on this Memorial Day. We thank you for following along and being with us. And so, have a great night, and we will see you again tomorrow night.
Yup. All right, guys. Well, shall I sign off then? We've got four
No,
minutes
you can
left.
finish.
All
Let them
right.
kick us off. Let us
Fine.
kick us off
Fine.
live. Yeah.
All right.
And just to say, more than one person has mentioned to me, either on here or in person, that they really do look forward to this hour of crafting. And
That's awesome.
when we're not on the weekends, they kind of miss it. And so, and I get that, and I appreciate that. And thank you for mentioning that.
And I
You know
won't lie,
that.
like if I'm out doing my yard work, I'm like, I wonder what my art people are doing tonight. So yeah, no, absolutely. Like, wonder what everybody's making. And then I see pictures. I just want a quick shout out to Love and Stamps. Not too long ago, made this chain letter booklet, and you'll have to go to her feed to see it. It is absolutely beautiful. It is a super cool concept, and I think it was enough pages for 5 people to do chain letter. And I just thought that was just spectacular. So, quick shout out to June. I loved that idea, and I've been meaning to mention it on here. So, yeah, it's all those things that you guys work on. I'm like, I'm so fascinated. What is everybody coming up with?
And yes, that is a reminder too that all these episodes, starting last week, are on the YouTube channel. So
Yes.
please. Um, please subscribe so that we can get counted in on the YouTube, uh, and uh, and they'll let you know when new episodes have arrived. But Allison's been pretty good about doing it usually within an hour, I think, of finishing. So
Yeah, however long it takes me to upload, I usually make sure I get it uploaded before I go to sleep on the weeknights. So tonight will be hopefully no exception, as long as the people aren't going crazy with the bandwidth on YouTube. Usually it gets, it'll prepare and upload and process within an hour and should be available to all you folks.
I will say that I can only watch about 10 minutes before I get so tired of my own hearing my own voice. But
Really?
I do,
I
I
just,
do. I
I
think
relive the episodes. I'm like, oh yeah, and that's when he showed me the craft he was making. So cool.
yeah. Sometimes I wonder if I talk too much, but anyway.
Ditto. No, I am guilty. I'm like, man, I talk a lot. I can't help it. I get excited about this stuff. All right. Final peel, guys. Final reveal before it kicks us off. Ready?
You got about 30 seconds.
Oh, man, no pressure. Oh, this is looking jingly. Hold on. I might have to save this as a Christmas print. Look at that. And all of its imperfection. And you can actually see some of the old seashell fish scale images from the stencil stuck in there. I kind of like it. So yeah, this is fun. All right, now that I have broken the jelly printing seal, I think I will have to do this some more, do this more often.
So thumbs up for the experience?
Yeah,
Thumbs sideways or
I
thumbs down?
highly recommend it. Yeah, and if anybody wants to get started on a small scale, buy the little one. There's a 3.5 by 5 inch. If you want to do for postcards or greeting cards, if you want to
See,
start
that's the one I
small.
have. I have
Yeah.
both of them, and I bought the small one just to do ATCs and to do postcards.
Got it. Well, yeah, if you want to start small, go with the little guy. And like I said, this brayer, this is a clearance item from Hobby Lobby. So if you can probably get something like this if you want to do the small one. I probably do need to buy the larger brayer. So you're right there. But yeah, it's workable. It's doable, especially if you don't want to, buy a ton
Spend
of
a lot of
equipment.
money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, all right, guys. It's
Well,
been
props to
real.
you, Allison. Well done.
Yay. Thank you. Have a great night, guys. See you tomorrow night. Everybody have a good one. Bye.